Hi everyone, it's Brittany from Create Your Future, and in today's video we are just going to chat a little bit. I had a session with a client recently and I was kind of inspired to talk to you guys a little bit about what she and I were talking about, and she was like, yeah, you should talk about it in one of your videos because I think it would be really helpful for everybody. So thank you for letting me share a little bit about our conversation. So she basically, this was our first session that we've ever had, and she was just like, you know, I have been in this manifesting game for many years, and honestly, I feel like I just know way too much, and I have consumed so much information over the years that I'm really kind of confused with what is it? Like, what is the simple formula that I need to follow to manifest the things that I want consciously, you know, and knowing that it's going to happen time and time again. And I said, yeah, you know what, honestly, I think most of us think that it's way more complicated, or that there's so much more that we need to do and probably are doing than what's necessary. So as your human self, okay, your only job is to decide, to choose what it is that you want, who it is that you want to be. And from that decision, you can allow yourself to have that experience. Now, you don't have to visualize, you don't have to affirm, you don't have to do any of those things. But if you want to solidify that feeling that, yes, this is mine, then you can go ahead and do that. So once you make the decision and choose the thing that you want, accept that it's yours, accept that it's done, and understand that from there, I am, your true self, is making it happen, is taking care of it for you. But what most of us do is, okay, I am trusting in this, I'm choosing, and I'm just gonna let it happen. And then after a week or so, or maybe even a few days, we start looking around and we say, maybe I should do some techniques. Maybe I should affirm a little bit more. I'm not seeing anything. Maybe there's more I need to do. Let me just do this. Let me do that. And again, there's nothing wrong with experiencing being who it is that you've chosen to be. But if you are doing it to get something to happen, then that's not where you want to be. Again, your only job is to choose and then stand in that decision. And when I say stand in that decision, I mean, regardless of what you see or what you don't see, still walk around through the world knowing that it is yours, it is done, and it's all being taken care of for you by your true self, by I am. That's it. And I had used this example, I've used this with a couple of my clients, but I said, look, most of us think that, you know, we're in control of all of this. Like, we have to keep doing more to get what we want. We have to keep doing the technique, or we have to keep telling ourselves this is who we are, or whatever it is. And again, there's nothing wrong with doing that if it feels good to you, but that's not making anything happen. It's the allowing it to happen is what makes it happen. And when we're constantly doing techniques, thinking that we have to do more, we aren't in this space to allow it to be experienced, because we are implying that we aren't that. We are in a state or an identity of someone who doesn't have it yet, who hasn't accepted that it is done. And so we are actually keeping it away. We're keeping it away because we aren't standing in that identity of, I have this thing, this is who I am, and there's nothing for me to do to be it or have it because I already am. That's it. That is it. So I'll use an analogy. We think that we're driving the car. We think that we are driving the car and it's our responsibility to get us to that destination. So oh my gosh, I need to stop and put gas in the car. Oh man, I need to go another way because there's road work here. Oh shoot, there's traffic. Guess what? You're not in the driver's seat. You're in the back seat. You're just along for the ride. So if gas needs to be, you know, if you need to get gas, or if the car needs gas, is what I'm trying to say here, not your job, not your responsibility. If there's traffic and you need to take another route, again, not your job, not your responsibility. You just get to enjoy the scenery. You get to enjoy the ride. You get to take a nap if you want to. If you don't like things that you're seeing outside, again, close your eyes. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. It's the same thing in reality. So when something pops up that seems unfavorable, has nothing to do with you. Doesn't mean anything for you. Right? And plus, we know everything that's going on is happening for us. We're choosing to see it all as working out for us in our benefit. So regardless of how it looks, so what? You know, you don't have to figure it out. It's not your responsibility to do anything with it. Just recognize that it is benefiting you in some way and then move on. Move on with your life. So my client was like, okay, this all sounds amazing and I want nothing more than to do this, but my human self doesn't. My human self doesn't want to do this. It wants to keep doing more. It wants to be responsible. It wants to fix things. It wants to try to force things into reality. And of course, I totally understand that. And that's the way that the human self is. That's the way that that brain likes to work. It wants to fix things. It wants to solve problems. It wants to be responsible for making everything happen in a very forceful way. But that's not the way this works, guys. So the good news is you don't have to be on the same page with your human self. You don't have to be on the same page as your brain. So when you have those thoughts and you have those urges, no big deal. You don't have to fight them. You don't have to fight against them, but you just recognize, I don't have to buy into those thoughts. I don't have to buy into those feelings. Sure, they're here. I'm not ignoring them. I'm not pretending that they don't exist, but I don't have to do anything with them. I don't have to do anything with them. All I have to do is, again, walk through the world knowing this is who I am now simply because I said so, and trust that it is being done for me. And my client said, how do I trust? How do I trust? And this is what I like to say, guys. Trust is, it's a practice. You keep doing it because it's something that you want to do. And what I said to my client was, I know you wouldn't have booked this session. I know you wouldn't be in this manifesting community for all this time if you didn't want to trust, right? And she said, well, yeah, absolutely. So I said, do you trust in your desire? And she said, well, what do you mean? And I said, do you trust that you truly want your SP? Do you trust that you truly want to experience more money? And she said, absolutely. I know that deep within me. So I said, if you can trust in your desire, then it is just as safe to trust in your God self, your I amness, your higher self. Whatever you want to call it, it is you. So if you can desire something, you also want to trust in the being done for you. They're one and the same. It's not something separate from you. It's not something that exists outside of you that you're hoping will bring you your manifestation. It's you and you. I always say this to you guys. It's a co-creation, but it's not a co-creation between you and another person or you and an outside God. It's a co-creation between your human self and your God self. But it's all you. It's all you, and it's all taking place within you. So that's what I told her, and she was just like, I feel so relieved. I feel so relieved because I feel like now I have all this free time to just enjoy myself. And if I want to entertain myself within, enjoying being the person that I've chosen to be, I'm free to do that. But I don't have to. I don't have to feel like I have to constantly focus on it. And I said, absolutely. This is why, guys, it is so much simpler than you probably ever thought. And again, I know that that's the human in you saying it can't be this simple, it can't be this easy, but it is. I promise you it is. The simpler we allow it to be, the easier it's going to be for you in that experience. So again, to reiterate, your job is to choose and to stay in that decision, stay in that identity, knowing that this is who you are simply because you say so, knowing that it's being taken care of for you, knowing that it's not your job as the human to make it happen, and to enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. And I'm not telling you guys that you have to be happy all the time by any means, but you want to, as much as possible, enjoy yourself. Isn't that the whole reason you want to manifest things? To have an enjoyable life? Well, start enjoying your life now, because if you are being that you that is enjoying themselves, of course, you're in that identity of someone who has an enjoyable life. And of course, your manifestations have to show you that, you know, kind of back that up for you. So if you're constantly in a state of looking around, waiting, and focusing on lack, you're making it really difficult for this experience to show up. So I hope that this makes sense for you guys. I wanted it to be a very straightforward video, and I really believe that it is. And as always, guys, if you have any questions or anything that you know, are confused about, please leave it in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I'm so happy you are all here with me. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you for your amazing comments. You guys are so sweet. So sorry I didn't have a video last week, but I'm here and I will continue to be putting out more videos. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video.